Hey guys, in this video we want to talk about binge eating and intermittent fasting and why we both are wearing yellow shirts on the same night. Before we get into that topic, guys, I encourage you to stick around to the end of this video, find out how you can reach us with your questions and or comments. I'm here again with Elliot Reimers.
I got it right.
Yes, I did. I keep remembering what rhymes with Reimers, and that's how I remember.
There we go.
That's my mental cue here. So we were talking about binge eating and what the best approach might be for the binge eater when it comes to, say, building muscle, losing fat, so on and so forth. What are your thoughts on binge eating, Elliot, and approaching dieting?
Well, I've had this argument a few times, and I personally think that people that tend to binge eat may actually benefit from intermittent fasting, just because if you can handle the fasting period, which most people should be able to, you adapt to it pretty quickly. You can basically get away with, so to speak, eating more, or almost, in some ways, binging, I guess, when you actually are in your eating window. So, I mean, if I was a person that was dealing with an issue of eating, too much at once, or I just couldn't really control myself and I ended up binging a lot, I would say give intermittent fasting a try. But
one of the things when I'm dealing with somebody who wants a diet plan, one of the things I've learned over the years, and I've been doing this stuff for 28 years. I was very obsessive compulsive early on with my bodybuilding eating, and along the line, I kind of started working with folks on dieting, especially with weight loss. One of the principles I adopted was trying to work with their existing eating habits. I mean, trying to change a binge eater is a process that could change, years. It might never happen. So one of the ways I've always approached dealing with a binge eater who wants to, say, try to lose weight specifically, has been trying to work within what they're doing currently. So in that sense, I almost always recommend intermittent fasting for the binge eater, simply because during the evening, they can, if they need to eat more, they get to eat more, and they still have a good shot at losing weight. And I still encourage them to make healthy eating choices. Did you touch upon the fact that some folks believe this might be actually enabling this habit or making it worse?
yeah, I mean, the counter argument I often hear is that, well, binge eating in itself is something that these people need to kind of get under control. It is an eating disorder, and then it becomes kind of a gray area that does intermittent fasting turn people into binge eaters? And that's something that it really is a self-control thing. So, if you are facing an issue where you can't control how much you're eating over at your meals, that in itself is an issue that you need to address. And I don't want to say that you should just do intermittent fasting to mask that issue, because it is an issue that you need to get under control. So, what I'm saying, though, is that if you're a big eater, and you enjoy eating, large portions of food at once, that intermittent fasting can benefit you, because you will probably still land within, a decent nutrient intake overall throughout the day, if you're not eating as frequently. So you basically have less exposure to the opportunity to binge.
One thing I want to leave you guys with, if you are a binge eater and you're considering doing a cutting diet and considering using intermittent fasting, is trying what I call the plate rule. This will kind of help you combat your tendency to overeat at night. I've always been a big night eater. And I recommend just filling up your plate, not a mountain of food, but a plate full of food. Eating that plate full of food on intermittent fasting and stepping away completely for an hour. Don't eat anything for an hour. If you're still hungry after that hour, come back, eat just another plate full of food. Limit to a plate full of food, step away for an hour, and then come back and rinse and repeat. That way you can't sit down and eat 10,000 calories in 3 hours nonstop like a garbage dump. Or like a feeding whatever.
Yeah, the quicker you eat, the more you're going to eat usually. So
anyway, so guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments for me or Mr. Reimers, it rhymes with Reimers. There's a Q&A link. You can come on over there or just leave comments here on the YouTubes, and we'll try to answer them for you. We'll answer any questions you want on strength training, muscle building, diet, nutrition, supplementation, or motivation. And guys, don't forget, I now have an ebook for sale called Massive Iron. That is linked below as well. That will help you if you're in your first several years of training, maximize your strength building and your muscle building. It's a power building program, so please check it out. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.